According to Greg Mankiw, professor of economics at Harvard, once people start leaving a monetary unit at the cash register for the next customer, that unit is simply too small to be useful. This has been the case with the penny for many years now. Today, I'm going to persuade you that the U.S. should stop making pennies, and I would like you to realize all the benefits that will come from eliminating it. I have completed research about pennies' current roles in society and the pros and cons of the United States stopping the production of pennies. I've gained research from credible sources such as the United States Mint, various economists, and also my own experiences. Today, I will cover financial reasons to get rid of the penny, environmental reasons to stop making the penny, and also some common misconceptions used by people in favor of keeping it. I would like to begin by informing you about why it does not make financial sense to keep the penny. Oftentimes, the penny is a bigger cost to its makers and users than what it is worth. With the penny's worth being so little, it is hard to find uses for them that outweigh the inconveniences that they cause. Oftentimes, you will hear older folks reminiscing about buying candy or other small items with pennies. However, this is simply not the case in today's times. With the worth of the penny being so little in comparison to what products cost today, they are essentially useless. In fact, according to the United States Mint 2014, it costs more to just make a penny than what a penny is actually worth. It costs the United States government 1.7 cents to make 1 penny. This number is without accounting for the cost of distributing the pennies to banks and getting them into circulation. According to the U.S. Mint of 2014, spending the 1.7 cents to make a penny could be useful if the penny would stay in circulation for many years. This, however, is not what happens. Since pennies are so inconvenient to use that you will often sit in people's houses or end up scattered in the streets and causing the U.S. Mint to make more pennies each year. This costs the government and citizens millions of dollars each year to make new pennies. Another issue with pennies' tiny value is the hassle is caused when people do attempt to use them to purchase items. In today's society, if someone were to attempt to pay for an item using a collection of pennies, more often than not, it causes irritation and annoyance with the person helping them at the register or people waiting behind them in line. Even if people are okay with paying with pennies, there is no denying that it is a complete waste of time. According to the National Association of Convenience Stores, on average, any transaction that involves pennies takes longer to complete than any other type of transaction. Aside from just being an inconvenience for workers and other customers, with many things becoming automated, pennies are becoming even more obsolete. Today, since pennies are worth so little and are so rarely used, with much automated systems, such as vending machines, parking meters, or automatic toll booths, they won't even allow you to use pennies as a payment option. Now that we have discussed why pennies do not make financial sense, we will discuss the negative effects on the environment. These harmful effects come from obtaining the materials to create the pennies and also in their distribution. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, 1995, pennies are made up of 97% zinc, which needs to be mined from the earth. Mining for the zinc can lead to contamination of nearby water and soil. This is harmful because large exposures to zinc is bad for humans, animals, and plants. Transportation of pennies is also a problem for the environment. According to Livington, 2016, this issue stems from the fact that pennies weigh a lot compared to their value. So, to transport a relatively small value, it takes more resources to accomplish this. This transportation adds at least 1.5 metric tons of carbon dioxide to the environment each year. And in today's times, as you can see in the graph, carbon dioxide being added to the environment has become a large problem for our society. Pennies also waste a lot of energy to produce, especially when accounting for their little worth. This waste of energy stems from having to extract the zinc from the ore, rolling out the zinc, and stamping them into pennies, and then distributing the coins to banks. Now that we have discussed how and why pennies are bad for the environment, we will now discuss some of the misconceptions surrounding the idea of getting rid of the penny. Those who do not want to see the penny go have many reasons why they believe the penny should stay, but are often false or incorrect. According to Money Crashers 2016, one of the main concerns of getting rid of the penny is that it will cause people to pay more money, as prices will have to be rounded up to the nearest 5 cents. This, however, has been proven to be untrue. According to the Eastern Economic Journal 2007, they conducted a study showing that on average, with some prices being rounded up, others will, of course, be rounded down. And in an average, prices would vary slightly, but not enough to make a large difference. Another common fear is that many charities rely on pennies for such as penny drives to raise money. This, however, is thought to be a bad reason for keeping the penny. First, with pennies still being made and used, penny drives are still considered to be inefficient compared to other methods of fundraising. Also, once pennies are taken out of circulation and stores no longer are forced to accept them, it is a bigger incentive to donate pennies to these drives. Now I would like to close with the following statements. We have specifically looked at the financial reasons to get rid of the penny, the environmental harm caused by the penny, and the flaws in people's arguments to keep it. I hope I have successfully informed you about the harm and waste pennies cause and why it would be a good idea to get rid of them. Hopefully you are now aware of how much time, energy, and money is wasted in keeping the penny, and if you get a chance to vote on this issue, you would choose to stop making the penny.